Howdy ho, it is a momentous occasion. Sorry, we're up bright and early, so we're looking a bit haggard. But we are in Tierra del Fuego National Park, and we are off in Del Mundo, the end of the earth. It's about 2 k's up here, and that is where the road ends.
We have made it to the end of the world. It has been an absolute slog. Buenos Aires is now 3,079 kilometers in a straight line from here. Whereas Antarctica is about 1,000 kilometers. That shows you how big Argentina is. And we've come to the bottom of it. Why have we come to the bottom of it? Because we are starting a polar expedition. Yep, you heard it. A 3-wheeled polar expedition. That's right, Tuk-Tuk is going to the North Pole. We thought, why be cowards and start in, I don't know, somewhere easy like Norway or Russia. Instead, we've decided to start at the southernmost tippy point of land you can drive to, which is actually right here. So over the next 2 years, we are going to drag these two from here in the southern point of South America the whole way past Alaska to the North Pole. Like any sensible polar expedition, we had got our seasons all wrong, and the signs were becoming more and more apparent.
Is that snow?
I don't know. We've been told it is snowing around here by this.
That looks like snow behind you.
But if you have a look down here at these trees, you'll start to see lots of reds and yellows. I mean,
look up there. Yeah, autumn's coming. We've got to get out of here.
And just ahead of us, there's a checkpoint where they see if you've got chains or not. I presume that's for slightly later in the season, and if you don't have, you're not allowed to pass. So we are clearly in areas not suitable for tuk-tuk. I don't think our trip to Ushuaia can last too long.
Luckily, we love the cold. It's actually just every day you wake up, it's cold and lifts the spirit.
Yeah.
Fresh air, you know, sick of all this hot weather stuff.
This was in fact a lie. We knew very little about the cold. Despite our newly imposed title of Polar Explorers, the majority of our tuk-tuking experience lay in sunny Africa, where most of the time we didn't even need to wear shoes, let alone 4 layers of thermals. We were warm weather folk, and our equatorial softness was starting to show. So, have you been wearing all of those clothes in Buttercup?
Yeah, it's freezing because I'm ill as a dog. Me and Rob have both been struck down by the same thing. What's up, Rob?
Some kind of fever. It's really cold. Not the best place to have this.
And how have you been existing, Rob?
Mainly like this. It's been a warm.
No idea what it is.
Not a good time nor place to be.
No, it'd be much nicer to have this in Costa Rica or somewhere. Not in
Let's
this
just,
place.
yeah, that's the setting.
Yeah, and it's gonna rain tonight. Buttercup's leaking petrol. Out of so many places. So much work to do. Just done our laundry, and now I'm gonna have to spend the rest of the afternoon crawling around in the dirt to try and fix a fuel line, a fuel filter, a carburetor, and our old fuel lines are obviously still full of crap.
This is what has just come out of our fuel tank.
It's not a good situation, and it's drizzling, so we can't get any of the water in there.
I'm kind of getting over my sickness. I'd much rather be fishing. Maybe an hour fishing then bed. But
No, we've got to do the.
obviously we've got to do that. I just talk about things I'd rather be doing.
This is our favourite thing to do. Once again, carburetor is futtered out, so now we've got to take everything out, and it's raining.
So, trying to put up top. Wind's so strong that
Yeah, it's stripped all the eyes out.
any tarp company would have donated a good tarp that could deal with this furious wind.
Looks like we're heading into the rain, and we've looked at the forecast for the next 4 days, and it's solid rain. Not ideal. Like many a beleaguered expedition of old, Tierra del Fuego was getting the better of us, and Tuk-Tuk's polar expedition was already on the rocks. With plague rife amongst the crew, the steeds stumbling, and weather conditions not looking particularly rosy, we needed help. So here we are at one of Gauchito Hills shrines.
¿Me saca una foto?
Sí. And we are going to go give him an offering for safe passage.
Sacame una foto ahí con tu máquina. Gauchito Hill is Argentina's folk saint of the open road. We are fairly sure an earlier offering of ours saved our camp from a flash flood whilst we were based on the River Lamai. Ever since this moment, we have been devout followers.
We're going to give a couple of biscuits, but then Josh said, why do you give the whole pack? Which leaves me no option.
So what have we got in there?
Got some ciggies, 2 bottles of blood, and a pack of biscuits. That's what I've got, just a girl.
Righty-ho, we made it to the Rio Ewan. It's apparently named after Ewan McGregor. He probably did come past here on his motorbike, actually.
It most certainly came past it.
Most certainly. So nice of them to name the river after you. Apparently there's fish in here. Either can curl up and die.
It's a glorious morning near the Rio Grande. This is the state of Ivo. Give the viewers a cough.
I can't. It hurts so much.
Just try. Come on.
I coughed up a ball of phlegm about this bit last night.
Any blood in it?
I didn't check to swallow it because I was stuck in my tent. I might need to go to a hospital.
Time for an ultra rapido 40km/h charge to the closest infirmaria.
Pharyngitis. Which actually isn't that bad.
With a clean bill of health, it was time to get that glow back on the horizon. Life may be subarctic, but with that came the chance to witness some of the freezing tundra's unique wildlife. Penguins. $300 a person had prevented us in Ushuaia, but there was a colony you could drive to. Only problem, it lay at the end of 300 kilometers of gravel road, all the way in the Chilean section of Tierra del Fuego. The further we got from the main drag, the stranger things got, and we realized that there was more to keep an eye out for than penguins.
Went up the street, it's a dam for beavers.
It's very impressive. Beavers are actually really cool.
And to be honest, this is only a small little beaver dam. They can get much more enterprising than this. Yeah, they used to be in England. There's a big actually rewilding push to introduce them back into England and take south stands with the beaver. We say more beavers.
Although here they say less beavers, because they were introduced for the fur trade. Apparently they're just causing a bit too much chaos around here. Chaos is almost an understatement. Huge swathes of ancient indigenous Nothofagus forest systems have been all but wiped out. Considered ecosystem engineers in their native territories, here their work is more akin to eco-terrorism. Their dams flood the forest floor, creating artificial wetlands, which in turn leads to widespread root rot, while downstream ecosystems dry out as water flow is choked off. The result, a silent collapse of one of South America's most unique forest systems. This gentleman, who we met in the woods, confirmed this to be true.
Sí, castores hay muchos, es una plaga. Se volvió plaga. Porque la gente no los usa. La gente no los caza, no los come. No los come nadie en realidad. No, sí, han roto muchos árboles. Han comido muchos árboles. Es más, si te pones a recorrer, vas a encontrar árboles de este tamaño que tienen casi la mitad del tronco comido.
¿Cuántos árboles en una noche?
Y te pueden sacar 8 o 10 árboles tranquilamente.
Although apparently it wasn't the beavers we needed to watch out for.
Sí, perros salvajes. Perros
Es peligroso.
pueden atacar a la gente.
Luckily, our only nocturnal visitor was this guy, and he had far better manners than one of his mates who'd paid us a visit a few nights earlier.
Really?
So we left our spatula out at night and somewhere is clearly... So I think it's a fox. I saw a fox cruising around here.
Yes.
Clearly thought it was a good idea to take a turd on our spatula.
Oh, come on!
The back roads of Tierra del Fuego were providing a nice cocktail of interesting animals. Condors complementing many a horizon, but it was penguin time. And with that came a border.
Back into Chile. We've done this so many times. I've actually lost count how many times we've back.
Time to do this old jog again.
Oh, it's leaving Argentina time.
And it won't even be our last time doing Argentina. Yeah.
Let's go.
Chile, which is very frequent. We have to fill in this thing, a SAG form, but it's to show that we're not bringing any live guanacos or fruit or vegetables into this place.
We are bringing one butternut at the moment, which is our only source of food.
Other than that,
I think, and there's no shops anywhere nearby, so it might just be plain rice. Oh, and there goes the butternut. No, we lost an onion.
bad news for the Tuk-Tuk food. I was like, they won't take off.
Oh no, garlic as well. We've been real heisted. We lost garlic, we lost
Frankfurters.
I can't believe they took the
I don't know what I'm
frankfurters.
going to cook. I thought that the black beans would survive.
Popcorn?
Literally, it's plain rice tonight. Fortunately, it seemed our luck really had turned, as our next campsite offered up a welcome surprise.
So we met some lovely Argentinian fisher folk, and we told them the story that we'd had all of our food confiscated.
And so they've gone and given us 3 apples, two packets of biscuits, and then the best of the lot, a whole bag of big old brown trout.
Oh, yummy.
Our plan before this was to eat plain pasta and ketchup. So cooking the trout, wanting to put a bit of olive oil on it. Olive oil is frozen. Oh dear.
I mean, it is Arctic.
That is ice, ladies and gentlemen. It's ice and rain, so we're getting sleet at the moment. Joys.
My feet are freezing. It's minus 10 degrees, but we like minus 10. Makes us tough, like Rob says. And so we're off to go see some penguins, which will be a bucket list for either king penguin, second only to the emperor penguin in requirements in either's life.
On the way to see some penguins.
The colony is there, I think.
But naturally, there had to be a few spanners in the works. It was Sunday afternoon. The park was about to shut, and we'd only just realized it would only reopen next Thursday.
So we just had a real dark moment. We've driven all the way to come see the king penguins, and it's been this glimmer on our horizon for so long. Just saw a sign that said you have to reserve beforehand. The reservation spots are full.
So I would put our chances at like 5% of getting in when we arrived here. But luckily, tuk-tuks, as always, they just come through. People see the tuk-tuks and feel like you deserve to be there. Quite right.
And most excitingly, our little penguin, our mascot, he's gonna go see his friends. All the way from Naivas in Kenya to Tierra.
To Antarctica.
Hey guys, congratulations. Where you come from?
From Kenya. In Africa.
Kenya?
Yeah. I wanted to see penguins since I was about this big. But like, not, I don't want to be mean about the little penguins. They're cute, but I want to see a proper penguin.
Yeah.
Chunky penguin.
We also very nearly just tipped over. I don't know if you can see, but it is incredibly windy out there. And we just got hit in a crosswind, and both Ivo and Ivo's driving one, I'm driving one, and our front tires came off, lost all steering. It's no bueno. Right, this is the state of the wind we're experiencing. It literally blows you around. Oh, there he is, Genie.
Don't bloody believe it. Showing him some penguins. There you go, mate. That's the spot. Apparently.
Alrighty, so hopefully you can hear me through the howling gale. But behind me is a colony of king penguins. These flightless little birds actually fly underwater, and I'm going to cast my brain back to a misspent time at university when I used to study biology and rattle off some facts that are questionable because this was a while ago, unfortunately. But I'm fairly sure these things are one of the deepest diving birds in the world. They can go like something like 300 meters down to eat shrimp, squid, all of those tasty sorts of things. And they live for I think a quarter of a century. David Andrew, eat your heart out. They're also pretty rare to find in these parts, this being one of the only colonies that you can access easily by tuk-tuk. But unlike their much larger and probably famouser cousins, the emperor penguin, these bad boys don't lay their eggs on ice. They come to land. That's where they have their babies. And they can only have one every 2 years or something, which is why they're threatened. Unlike other things which can breed every year, these have to take, I think their gestation period is so long that they can't breed every season. So So it means that they're very vulnerable to extinction and to a changing climate. And so this is Tuk-Tuk's call for climate action. Save these little penguins. Actually, these ones aren't the ones that need to be saved. They actually rely on a bit of floor.
With a freshly ticked bucket list, it was time to finally leave the Spartan Island, jump on a ferry, cross the Straits of Magellan, and collect our long-lost colleague and hombre, Josh, who's just touching down from Madrid.
Yeah, we've rejoined the boys after almost 2 years away from them. So we're all going to be a bit older. I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be the only one who's going to be a little bit fatter. But it's exciting. Getting the band back together.
Nice and warm, eh, buddy?
This thing, you sure? Yeah.